Hi guys, Brad Heath here with Double D Trailers. So today we're going to be talking about the state of the horse industry after COVID or post-COVID, something that I'm sure that all of us would love dearly to put behind us, but we are still dealing with it as of 2022. So let's just jump right in. Let me grab my pointer here. There it is. I'm not going to keep you too long going over this. How much is the equine industry worth today? How much has COVID impacted horse owners specifically? The results of the pandemic, hundreds of canceled equine events. Are people still buying horses? Horse auctions move online. Horse trailer market, global supply shortage, rebound effect, and then overall outlook for the future of the horse industry. So we've got a lot of information packed into this article. Our staff writers spent quite a bit of time doing research on this and put together some really cool stats. So some things that I learned, 42% comes from the horse racing sector, 32% is roughly competition, and then recreational would also be near that 30 or 32% mark. So that's sort of the three big monetary drivers in our industry. So how has COVID impacted horse owners specifically? This is in the US. There are 9.2 million horses and 2 million horse owners. California and Texas, those two states will have more horse farms and more horses than any other states in the US. And of course, those are really large states, so you would expect that. As we continue to go on down to things that are probably more on our minds, the results of the pandemic, hundreds of canceled equine events. I'm sure that, more than likely, if you're watching this video, many of you had shows scheduled, events scheduled. We had trade shows that we had paid for. The shows were canceled. So it really just caused, a huge disruption for all of us, specifically our industry, the horse industry and horse trailer industry. This is in Vermont, for example. One study found that equine events have a statewide economic impact. And in Vermont alone, they estimate the total impact of the horse show industry is $2.2 million. So not only, do you as an individual, it's a huge inconvenience for you, unable to compete at shows and events, but also for the event folks that put the events together for us. So cities and communities and states and staff, just huge economic losses to associate with that. Are people still buying horses? So we discussed some revenue and how much money and things of that nature. You could certainly read that if you like. Horse auctions move online. This was probably a big change that happened. In times past, most folks probably would not purchase a horse online until they had physically seen the horse and ridden and things like that. But with COVID and travel restrictions in place, online, became a really good way to purchase. And we had something in here about the Chronicle of the Horse I read earlier. I'll find that. It's down in here. But anyway, they seem to pivot very well to the online marketing of horses, and a lot of other companies did too. So those that pivoted to more of an online model, I think, have been probably the most successful at maintaining revenues. The horse trailer market, so our industry has been doing really well. We've had strong increases from 2018 to 2019 just for Double D trailers. We had a 40% increase in sales. And I think 2020 was 12% over 2019. And then for 2021, we actually, and that number is not, needs to be updated. I think we ended up another 20% over 2020. So lots of 20s there. Nonetheless, sales have been very strong. And I think the reason for that, one, all the shows were canceled. We've all been locked down for coronavirus, and once things started opening back up, you know, we've just all have been anxious to get back in the swing of things. And then also horses were something still that even with, you know, restrictions, it's our favorite pastime, so we could still go out and ride and perhaps even want to invest more in our horses and our horse trailers rather than, you know, sitting at the house, which is something we've all had to do as well. Our problem is not necessarily with demand and sales. We're seeing an unprecedented demand in our industry. There's currently, and we're January of 2022 right now doing this video, there's currently a shortage of new trailers, a shortage of used trailers. In addition, pricing has gone up tremendously, and backlogs continue to increase. So, you know, it's a very challenging business environment as far as manufacturing and then sales on horse trailers. You know, we're still experiencing today major supply chain disruptions. I think today we're waiting on ramp springs, which have been ordered since March of last year. I think we buy those thousands at a time, and you know, we're almost about to run out of ramp springs. So it really throws a wrench in production, so to speak, when that happens. But thankfully, our purchasing staff has been able to stay above board and in front of the shortages, and we are still producing at full capacity. Right now, we're about 10 months out on production. That's the longest that we've ever been. Typical turnaround times, you know, we have folks daily, how long does it take to get a custom built horse trailer? Normally that's going to be about 90 days. Post-COVID, you know, 9 months, 10 months, 11 months. If it's a living quarter, it may, at this point, it may even be close to a year. So thankfully, you know, demand continues to be strong. I think our industry will do well. We perhaps may see some sort of cooling off period. You know, with the extra demand, it may pull back just a little bit, but I think we will continue to see, you know, nice sales there. And the fact that we at our company, Double D Trailers, we only sell 100% online, not through dealers. We have a 100% money back guarantee in writing, and it actually allows you to inspect the trailer at delivery, and if it isn't everything that we said it should be, you can certainly refuse delivery. I think in 10 years of having that policy, I've refunded money 3 times. So we are very good at what we do at custom building, and yeah. So if you're needing a custom trailer, definitely reach out to us. We'd love to help. Visit our website at doubledtrailers.com. Thanks so much.